Here are the top stories of the news. Rivers State House of Assembly vows to continue impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy. Supreme Court orders continuation of former Jigawa Governor Sule Lamido's trial over alleged 1.35 billion naira fraud. On the foreign scene, Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine under house arrest as President Yoweri Museveni takes early lead in election results. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. I am Temitope Ajijolaoluwaola. Rivers State House of Assembly on Friday vowed to continue with the impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odo. The lawmakers who addressed the live press conference in Port Harcourt accused Fubara of blackmail, saying he lacked the trust needed to address the crisis rocking the oil-rich state. They accused the governor of infringing on the 1999 Constitution, saying the parliament was left with no other choice but to apply their legislative power by impeaching him from office. The lawmakers also claimed the governor and his deputy had resorted to intimidating the parliament. 4 members of the House who had held press briefing calling for a political solution also recanted and declared their support for the impeachment process to continue.
Pursuant to this section of the Constitution, I seek your leave to immediately put this to vote on that note. Members who are in support that the notice of allegations of gross misconduct against His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of State, be investigated should indicate by raising their hands. Please do the count.
We made a plea to our colleagues to seek for a political solution to this impasse that is going on between the Assembly and the Governor of Rivers State. During the pendency of this appeal, we found out that the Governor and the Deputy Governor, they have all employed their media boys and aides to continuously attack the Rivers State House of Assembly instead of seeking for the political solution which we offered. It is on this basis that I, Honorable Silvana Swankwo, and my fellow colleague here, Honorable Peter Abe, is saying that the impeachment proceedings should continue. We have rescinded our plea. Thank you so much.
The national leader of the New Nigeria's People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has stated that he would not return to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, without a clear understanding of the terms and conditions surrounding such a move. Speaking in a video circulated on Facebook by his aide, Saifullahi Hassan, Kwankwaso said any decision to rejoin the APC must be based on concrete agreements, particularly regarding his responsibilities and the future of his supporters. The former 2-term governor of Kano State emphasized that any political alignment must prioritize the welfare of the masses and the interests of his large support base. Kwankwaso also expressed his disagreement with joining the ruling party as that a well-defined agreement, noting that political decisions of such magnitude must not be taken lightly. His remarks come amid reports that some political loyalists had been urging Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf and his mentor, Kwankwaso, to lead their supporters into the APC. And still with politics, veteran journalist Dele Momodu has become the latest addition to the African Democratic Congress train by officially declaring his membership in the party months after dumping the opposition People's Democratic Party. The former presidential aspirant, who declared his ADC membership in Benin City, puts to bed possible questions on where his political ambitions lie, noting that he does not have interest in becoming a senator or governor in his hometown, Edo State. The journalist continued by stating that his mission after joining the ADC as to join hands of fellowship with citizens of like minds to rescue the country from one-party dominance. Momodu also revealed that his move to the ADC was driven by his desire to play a meaningful role in Edo's political development and to keep the people's welfare at the heart of government.
As I humbly reintegrate myself into the political process of my state, people have asked me, what do you want? Do you want to be a governor or senator? No. I just want to promote the best interests of our people. It is hard to imagine the pride I feel at this moment as I undertake my first major event in Benin City to pick up the membership card of the African Democratic Congress ADC, the new opposition coalition in Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation. This is only the first and most important leg of this political journey. My mission in politics is to join hands of fellowship with citizens of like minds to rescue, recover, and reset Nigeria. Nigeria must be rescued from a one-party state and a one-man rulership. We did not just await the military. I don't think they manufacture people like Baba again.
So judicial matters, the Supreme Court has ordered that a trial of former Jigawa Governor Sule Lamido, his two sons and others over alleged 1.35 billion naira fraud to continue before the Federal High Court in Abuja. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court issued the directive in 2 unanimous judgments and the 2 appeals filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The Supreme Court appeals the decision of the trial court, which dismissed the no-case submission filed by the Lamido'S and held that the defendants had a case to answer. In the lead judgments of the Supreme Court, Justice Abubakar Umar set aside the July 25, 2023 judgments of the Court of Appeal and affirmed the earlier decision by Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which overruled the no-case submissions by Lamido and others and ordered them to enter their defense. The EFCC, in the 37-count charge, among others, accused Lamido of abusing his position as a governor between 2007 and 2015, allegedly laundering sums of money received as kickbacks from companies that were awarded contracts by the Jigawa State Government under his leadership. The Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja has struck out the defamation case against the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, filed by the federal government. Justice Chizoba Orji struck out the suit following an application by the prosecution lawyer Aderonke Imana to discontinue the case. Counsel to Natasha West Idausa subsequently moved for the matter to be struck out following the prosecution's application for discontinuance. He also urged the court to release all documents belonging to the defendant and her sureties. The prosecution counsel did not oppose the application. In a short ruling, Justice Chizoba Orji struck out the suit and discharged the sureties. She also ordered that all their documents be returned to them. The federal government had, in May 2025, instituted a suit against the lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District over alleged defamatory remarks made on live television. One of the charges was linked to allegations by Akpoti Odoakan, wherein she accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello of plotting to assassinate her.
Because there are two different cases, so we'll take you on this and take you on that. They can just summarize.
No, but what I would prefer is when you actually do a cover of the second case, then I'll be able to speak to both cases and appreciate whoever I need to appreciate. But for this, I'm actually very honored and overwhelmed with gratitude that we had our first case officially dismissed in the court, which is the High Court of the FCT, and then we'll be heading over to the Federal High Court, whereby we hope that the second federal witness suit against him will be officially dismissed. So I'm actually so grateful. I wasn't feeling too well, but I have this surge of energy. All right, good. So thank you all so much. We'll head for the
Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on Thursday inaugurated the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs after 15 years, with the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, emerging as its first chairman. The Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Akim Owade, was conspicuously absent from the inauguration, which was held at the House of Chiefs, Parliament Building, Secretariat, Ibadan. At the inauguration, Governor Makinde explains that the chairmanship of the Oba Council will be rotated among the Olubadan, Alaafin, and the Shon of Ogbomosho. According to him, it was an agreement reached at a meeting with the three first-class monarchs, but in a swift statement on Thursday by his media aide, Bode Dorojaye, the Alaafin countered the governor, saying there was no such meeting. Thursday's inauguration came amid rumors of a feud between the Alaafin and Oba Ladoja. A viral video circulating on social media recently showed the Alaafin appearing not to rise to greet Oba Ladoja at a public function, while the Olubadan was also seen seemingly declining the Alaafin's handshake. But speaking with journalists in Ibadan on Thursday, Oba Ladoja debunked claims of any rift with Oba Owade.
Gbogbo àwọn kábíyèsí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí are proposed in the law láti máa rotate the chairmanship, and I believe from the law is every 2 years and rotate. This is what we're known for. Ọ̀yọ́ kò sí bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe lè le tó, that when we sit down, we won't resolve it, and we won't do what is right and proper for our people. So I consulted àwọn bàbá mi mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, the Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn àti Kábíyèsí Ṣọ̀ún, and the agreement ni pé they will start the rotation pẹ̀lú Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn of Ìbàdàn land. So on that basis, I hereby pronounce the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs inaugurated.
In In other news, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Oduwole, says Nigeria's trade agreement with the United Arab Emirates will provide local exporters with a strategic hub to access global markets, particularly across the Gulf and beyond. Oduwole stated this in an interview on Saturday following the signing of a comprehensive economic partnership agreement between Nigeria and the UAE. According to the minister, the agreement allows over 7,000 Nigerian product lines to enter the UAE market duty-free. She explains that the UAE was deliberately chosen as a strategic trade partner because of its global commercial importance and connectivity. The minister added that the agreement also eases business mobility for Nigerians, allowing entrepreneurs to establish a physical presence in the UAE. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. And we'll be right back after this break. Please stay with us.